Post-game locker room. So Kyle Shanahan puts the game in jeopardy, calls those passes on the final possession. Niners escape with a victory that he made interesting. He talks in his post-game press conference, gets out of there. I'm following him. I want to see, do you go in the locker room? Do you talk to Brock? Because he did it last week, and now I'm on Brock watch. I'm on Kyle watch. I want to see what kind of conversation they're having. Kyle walks straight up to Brock, hugs him, embraces him like a son. They're so happy. Then they talk for a while. Don't know what they're talking about. Maybe Kyle was apologizing for calling that pass on 2nd and 3. Probably, right? Kyle's like, man, Brock, it's on me. I got to take accountability. I'm guessing. I got to take accountability. You were great. I could have been better. I put you in some tough positions. You always bail me out. I probably would have been fired by now if it wasn't for you, because I spent 3 first-round picks plus 3rd on Trey Lance, and he didn't work out, but you did, and I didn't see you coming. Steve Sloak scouted you, and I had you blow Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo on the depth chart, but you stepped up, and in spite of what I could or couldn't see, so thank you. And I'm going to try to not get you killed at the end of games, but I can only do so much because I'm Kyle Shanahan, so thank you so much. I'm sure it was that kind of a conversation, but it lasted like 2-3 minutes. Very cordial, very emotional, cathartic. There was catharsis all over the room. It was great to see. And I was watching. I'm in there, and I got to have the right story, because last week I said that Kyle Shanahan chewed out Brock Purdy. A lot of people were like, no, he didn't. You didn't hear what he said. And I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. I didn't hear what he said. It looked like a chewing out, but I didn't hear it. It could have been like, Brock, I think you're the best, and you make great cookies, and I love your cooking, and I think you're a phenomenal knitter, and I think you should make me a sweater. Maybe that's what he was saying last week. It's just based on body language. I thought it was stern and severe, but it's possible he was saying, like, let's go out and get dinner sometime and hang out socially. We only ever talk about football and winning and losing, but I want to be your friend. It's possible that's what he was talking about last week. This week, though, it was clear they were in a great mood, and I wanted to make sure I interpret it correctly. I saw it correctly. So I started moving closer. You know what I'm saying? There's no 5-yard, like halo rule like there is in punt return. So I started moving in. George Kittle sees me, goes, careful, guys. Someone could be watching. Then Brock and Kyle look at me. Hug again. Kyle goes, is that good, Grant? I just started laughing. You got to admit, Kyle Shanahan is funny. He's got like a dry sense of humor, and he's not really good at taking criticism at all. But when he wins, he's funny. So I had to laugh at that. It was great. I hope you apologize for calling that pass on 2nd and 3rd, but whatever, 2nd and 3, but whatever he was talking about, that's good coaching. You like to see him give Brock some props after a game like that, because Brock was really good. And Brock really turned the momentum of the game with his scrambling, which are plays that Kyle Shanahan doesn't draw up. Like, really? Kyle's doing okay this year, but the Niners' best offensive play is Brock running around consistently. Oh, the other team called man-to-man coverage. Brock, make a play, run around, scramble. So I just want to say that Kyle Shanahan clearly watches my streams. I'm sure he's watching right now with popcorn and a Coke, and he's loving it. So I want you to know I was hard on you last week. Again, maybe you were exchanging recipes with Brock Purdy in a severe way. It seemed like you were throwing him under the bus, but I'll never know for sure. And today you put the focus right back on him, like, man, it was all you. You were the hero today. I appreciate seeing Kyle Shanahan do that, because my perception of Kyle is that he likes taking credit and doesn't like getting critiqued. So today, by doing that, it felt like he kind of balanced the cosmos. Like, he threw something off last week. I'm not expressing myself well, but I didn't like it. And today it felt like he righted it wrong. And it wasn't just like, look, I'm going to go over to Brock privately and praise him. Like, do it in front of the media. Have the same energy you had last week. Do it again in front of the media and praise him. Because this guy's trying to make $60 million a year, and your praise will help, especially if it's in public. So I'd like to think that while I was the public enemy number one last week because I described the verbal undressing in detail, well, it led to Kyle Shanahan being a good head coach after the game today. So Kyle grew. I grew. We all grew. We're all better people because of my reporting. Isn't that crazy? The world is a better place. Just like that, 1 week later. So salute to Kyle. Yeah, it was good. I loved what you did. Salute to Brock. Salute to everyone on the team and people that were there today watching and people who weren't watching, just human beings in general.